Alright, what's going on, guys? We're gonna do 100% Zamorak today. Also, it's really late and it's dark and I look homeless, so we're not turning on our camera, so sorry if you like that. But yeah, so today we're gonna do 100% Zamorak. The major difference between 100% and 99% is the inclusion of Phase 7, where you have to... What he's going to do is he's going to summon a Chaos Demon. You don't have to kill the demon, but it makes life easier because it just does a good amount of damage. And then after he summons a demon, he's going to start pulling energy from 2 of the runes. You need to break those runes, and then you need to survive around 30,000 damage while also dealing 100,000 damage to Zamorak, all in the course of around 10 seconds. So that sounds like a lot, and that's because it is. I don't expect you guys to get it on the first try, and honestly, I've died a couple of times making this video just because I've just used the wrong ability or something. So this is going to be tough. Just know that if you mess it up, don't feel bad. It's going to be tough. In order to make our lives a little bit easier, we're bringing a Power Burst of Vitality. This will double your health for 6 seconds. This is going to be vital for surviving P7. We're also bringing a Hellhound. This reduces 20% damage. Again, vital for surviving P7. And then our aura is going to be Aegis, which is a further 10% damage reduction. So all of these things is all just to survive Phase 7. And then just to give you an idea of what we're going to do, after we kill the runes, or after we kill the Chaos Demon, and after we kill the runes, we're going to surge towards Zamorak, we're going to put on Protect Melee, we're going to Power Burst, and then we're going to Reflect. After we do all of that, we're going to Storm Shards, Finger of Death, Weapon Spec. If all goes well, he should just die to invoke death. And if not, then we'll figure it out. But that should consistently kill him. We're also going to try to generate 3 stacks of residual souls so that we can use a 3-stack volley of souls if your weapon spec doesn't kill him. So those are things. So it's going to be the same rotation, just without Death Skulls, because for whatever reason, Death Skulls, you just can't use it in P7. It will kill you every time you try to use it, because it will bounce to the wrong runes. If you blow up the wrong rune, it'll hit you for a typeless 8k damage. So that's the most important thing about P7, is you do not want to use Death Skulls ever, basically. We do want our Living Death though, because it is going to give our Finger of Death extra damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill the first rune like normally, and then we're going to Living Death on our way over to the second rune. So this is a lot to take in, but I'll try to explain it all in real time, and then you guys can slow it down and go over it so you can have a better idea of what's going on. I'm not going to use my Jazz Book. I'm not going to use vulnerability bombs so that you guys have a good idea of how much damage you'll be doing to it. If you guys have Jazz Book and vulnerability bombs, I highly recommend you guys using them. So after we kill this guy, I'm going to summon all of our guys, invoke death, and then use skulls on Zamorak. We're also going to start stacking Storm Shards. It's very important to stack Storm Shards here. Also, because we're relatively insulated from dying until P7, something that we have access to is using Life Transfer to extend the duration of our guys. So I highly recommend just once your Vengeful Ghost is at 30 duration, just use Life Transfer. Makes life a lot easier in terms of quality of life stuff. So here we're going to use 2 basics. Because this pad's empty, we're going to use 3 abilities. We're going to activate Skeletons, and then Skulls, Finger of Death, Weapon Spec, And that's the rotation. So we are using skeleton first. That's like a difference from the last video. The main reason we're doing that is that sometimes your death skulls will hit Zamorak's 1 HP shield, and then when it does that, it won't like overkill Zamorak. Like it won't like do the excess damage to Zamorak's health. Instead, it will just do 1 damage to the shield, which is very annoying. So that's why we've included activating skeletons. So we're going to drop his shield. We're going to anticipate and go up. We're going to use Volley of Souls because using Volley is like pretty free because we can build up stacks of it pretty fast. And we're not using Volley of Souls for the rotation anymore because we just break his shield in time. I'll summon all of our guys. Activate Vengeful Ghost and go down. We're going to walk off the pad. Basically, as soon as it starts charging, we want to walk off. So here, we're going to use two abilities. Because the pad is a little bit charged, we're going to use two basics. Activate Skeleton. Use Death Skulls. Finger of Death. Finger of Death. Weapon spec. Also make sure we're adding storm shards. Gonna use a second set of skulls here. We're not gonna use a third set of skulls. We're gonna save it for the witch. Now we're just gonna walk away and use abilities so we can make sure we're keeping the shield down. I'm gonna put Bloat on. We're gonna wait here a little bit for our storm shards to come up. Okay, and then anticipate and go up. So we're going to use skulls, and then just use basics. The reason we didn't use skulls last time was just because it was on cooldown. So that's why we used a 3-finger volley. So same deal, resummon all of our guys. And then go down. I'm gonna let it charge for 1 tick and then step off. Drop his health to 0. Living Death. Use our 2 basics. Step on the pad. Auto attack. Auto attack. Skeleton. Skulls. Finger of Death. Finger of Death. Weapon spec. Make sure you do storm shards. Now we're just going to drop his health here. We still have volley, so we're just going to use volley now to drop his health a little bit faster. We're going to start walking away from him. Use storm shards. Put Bloat on and then anticipate and go up. Skulls. Use basics. Auto attack. Auto attack. Okay, and then resummon all of our guys. Activate Ghost and go back down. Let it charge for a couple ticks. Like 1 usually is enough. Put Bloat on. Use 2 basics. Living Death. 2 basics. Step on the pad. Auto attack. Auto attack. Activate Skeleton. Skulls. Finger of Death. Finger of Death. Weapon spec. Yeah, you guys can see it's very, very, very consistent. I'm gonna re-overload. It's getting pretty low, so we're gonna start heading over to the next pad. We're gonna go over to 5. I don't remember if I said the order earlier, but the order of pads is 2, 4, 6, 1, 5, 3. I think I said it earlier, but I've re-recorded this 3 times because I keep dying because I'm bad, so. Like, I think I'm decent at Zamorak, and I'm dying making this just because I keep messing up, so, like, just because you're not, like, you don't get it on your first or second try does not mean that, like, you guys are bad or anything. Like, it's just what it is. Like, I should know better, so the fact that I'm messing it up is not good. Okay, use our 2 abilities. Activate skeletons, skulls, finger of death, weapon spec. So now we're just gonna damage him. So now we're going to wait for him to switch back to using magic attacks. And then once we do that, we're going to anticipate, devotion, and then step on the traps. I think it's this next auto. Okay. Okay, perfect. So we anticipated, we use devotion, we step on this trap. We're going to put bloat on him, and then we're going to go up. So here, I actually get to show you guys a neat trick. If for whatever reason, I forgot to anticipate there. Probably anticipate there. So if you accidentally summon one of your ghouls before you go up here, or just in general, you summon a ghoul you don't want to, you can unequip your lantern, and it'll unsummon everything. Now, you can resummon them. And they'll have the full duration. So here we want to save our living death for the next phase. So we're just going to build up and wait for our death skulls. So now we're going to step on the pad. 2 abilities, activate skeletons, and then death skulls. Finger of death, weapon spec. So now we're going into the last phase. We want to kill the Chaos Demon, we want to cast Invoke Death, and then hit Zamorak, and then, like, those are the most important things. Zamorak also attacks with magic here, so it is worth praying magic. So we're going to cast Invoke Death, use a basic attack. So he grabbed this rune, so we're going to use this one. Then he grabbed this back rune. So now we're going to Living Death. We're going to kill this rune. We're going to summon Skeleton. Then we're going to eat up as close as we can to full health. That's really important that we're close to full. We're going to kill this rune. Okay, we're going to pray melee. We're going to power burst. We're going to reflect. We're going to shatter. And we're going to, like, slam food here. Use Finger of Death twice. Use weapon spec. Use Volley of Souls. And he's dead. So that was a lot. And I acknowledge that was a lot. Phase 7 Zamorak is not easy by any means. So to reiterate what we did again, we killed the demon. After we kill the demon, we activate Invoke Death, and we hit Zamorak once. Just with the basic attack, it doesn't matter. After that, we hit whatever rune he wants us to hit. You want to Living Death as soon as you can hit runes. I did it a little bit late. Try to do it sooner than that. You want to use Finger of Death and basic attack. Just build up, or you want to use Touch of Death and basic attack to build up your necrosis stacks. Use Finger of Death on the first one. Once you kill the first one, you want to go to the second one. Same thing. Use basic attacks. Use Finger of Death. You want to try to have like 6 or so necrosis stacks at the very least before you go back to Zamorak. Once you go back to Zamorak, you want to put on Protect Melee. You want to use a power burst of vitality, and you want to use reflect. After you do all that, you shatter, finger of death. If you have more finger of deaths, you use another finger of death. If you don't, use your weapon spec, and then use volley of souls. If you do all of that, you should get the kill. If not, that's okay. That happens sometimes. If that happens, you just want to slam food and put protect melee back on because he does another melee hit. After that melee hit, you want to just use defensives like resonance and debilitate. You just want to use as many defensives as you can to survive. Now, I did not bone bomb Zamorak, and I didn't have my book on. If I had both of those on, it would have been very smooth. You probably can't fail it if you make sure to use a bone bomb. I just didn't because my necromancy level is really high. But yeah, P7 Zamorak is really tough. So if you guys are struggling with P7, like, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're bad. Like, it takes a while. This is arguably the hardest thing to do in RuneScape because it requires you to do like 30 different things in the right order at the right time perfectly in 10 seconds. And that's a lot. But this is one of the hardest things that RuneScape has to offer. So if you guys can get consistent 100% kills using the rotation I told you guys, you're a god gamer, and then you can start making money so you can be rich like me. But but yeah, all jokes aside, this is one of the hardest things that there is to do in RuneScape. So if you're failing it, that's okay. Just, you have to keep trying, because I died 6 or 7 times trying to make this video because I kept using skulls by accident. I would hit the wrong rune and take too much damage, so my power burst wouldn't heal me. It's a lot, for sure. So don't be discouraged if you fail. If you're dying too much, just take a break, do something else. But yeah, that's it for this. Thanks guys for watching. If you liked the video, drop me a like. If you want to support the content, you can subscribe or become a member. If you want to support me monetarily, you get cool emotes and members only perks if you become a member. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps some of you guys.